Ryan Adams here from naturalweightlossmastery.com and ryanadamscoaching.com, and in this video I'm going to walk through how you can lose weight on a plant-based diet in 3 easy steps. Are they easy, or am I just using a bit of clickbait for the title here to reel you in? Well, truthfully, I think it's a bit of both. These 3 steps I'm going to give you are going to make it easier to lose weight compared to other methods you've tried in the past. I'm confident of that. On the flip side, this process, challenging bad habits, limiting beliefs, so on and so forth, is never a walk in the park. Let's get into it. Number 1, you're going to need a moderate calorie deficit, nothing too aggressive. I've spoken extensively recently on the pitfalls of going too aggressively, whether knowingly or not, with your calorie deficit, whether you're doing it unconsciously or whether you're actively trying to lose weight as quickly as possible with something like a juice fast. This certainly isn't my recommendation. Hard to sustain. You might compromise, other functions in the body. We want weight loss to be healthy, safe, sustainable over the long term, of course. Many other teachers, many of my peers suggest a 500 calorie deficit to start with. I think this is highly inappropriate for most people, especially women who, on the whole, on average, are going to have a far lower BMR, basal metabolic rate, and will require lower calories at maintenance. So I suggest a 200 to 300 calorie deficit to get you started. Use the Harrick-Benedict equation. You can Google this stuff, folks, to start with a 200, maybe 300 at a push calorie deficit and work your way down from there. Now, you might be hearing this thinking, Ryan, I don't want to have to worry about all this calorie lark to lose weight. Well, stay to the end because I can tell you a little bit more about how I can stop you from doing that. My clients, they get to lose weight without having to count a single gram of food, track any calories, macros, so on and so forth. I'll tell you about that at the end. So first thing, moderate calorie deficit. Number 2, you're going to need an exercise program that doesn't skyrocket your appetite, because we all know the benefits of high intensity interval training, more intense forms of exercise, doesn't have to be HIIT, but generally more intense forms of exercise. The calorie burn is astronomical. And so on paper, you might think, oh, they're brilliant for weight loss, right? You may have heard that. The boot camp classes at the gym, the spinning classes. I heard they were great for weight loss, Ryan. Why are you recommending against those? I'm not recommending against those for everyone, but for beginners, for those towards the beginning, maybe intermediate stages of their weight loss journey. You want an exercise program that isn't going to risk your appetite flying through the roof and is going to interfere with the previous point too much, right? You don't want anything that's going to put you at risk of not being able to maintain that moderate calorie deficit. Now, when you're advanced, you can better manage the ups and downs that come with, required calorie requirements, when you're doing all sorts of high intensity training, like I perhaps am with the kickboxing stuff, with the tennis a couple of times a week, the strength training. It's a pretty rigorous overall exercise routine, but that's not what I did to lose the weight. When I first started losing weight, I went to the gym for 3 30-minute sessions per week and a little bit of walking because I lived in a city at the time. Now, to some of you, that will be quite a lot of exercise, but compared to what I was doing before when I wasn't losing weight, it was a startling reduction. That's just how much the food really makes an impact with this stuff. So walking, low intensity exercise, yoga, Zumba, maybe you do something like Tai Chi, something gentle, really great place to start because there's very little risk that it will skyrocket your appetite. You can manage that hunger better, manage those cravings better, and have a better shot at getting started with weight loss. And finally, tip number 3, slightly more abstract here. You need systems. Systems give you clarity on exactly what to do, and they keep you accountable to an overall structure. I always say everyone has a dream to lose weight, but they don't have a plan. And systems are a great way to integrate a plan. So you actually have a framework that you're following that's designed for your success. So I know I'm using lots of lingo and buzzwords here. Systems, it sounds very sort of marketing-y almost, doesn't it, business-wise? But an example of a very simple system is saying to yourself, I'm going to eat out just once a week, right? That's a clear rule. It's a system, okay? Another example of a system, I'm going to do X many workouts this week, okay? You want to create rules and boundaries and a structure so that you actually have some kind of plan of action here. I know it sounds obvious, but this is the stuff people don't do. Okay, I'm going to eat breakfast at 7, lunch at 12, and dinner at approximately between 6 and 7 p.m. That's a system, right? It's a rule, it's a structure, it's a framework so you can conduct your behavior and you can have a clear sort of boundary as to when you're going too far. If you don't have systems and structure, you never know when you're going too far. There's nothing really to hold you to account. Okay, I'm going to track my progress by doing X, Y, Z. I'm going to weigh myself this many times a week. These are all all systems, and systems give you, or allow you rather, to trust in the process, to get lost in the actual flow of doing something, and actually guarantee success rather than you waking up every day and thinking, what am I going to eat today for weight loss? Better to actually have a system or a plan to give you those rules. Does that make sense? So systems are absolutely massive. If you found the information in this video helpful, but you need that next level of instruction, support, and accountability to number one, lose weight, number two, learn how to easily keep it off this time round, and number three, create healthy habits for life, click the link below. I'll tell you more about how I've helped over 300 men and women lose 10, 20, 30 or more pounds with simple plant-based meals without having to count or track their calories and with gentle exercise only. Click the link below this video.